Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQA Nostalgia here, and it's with a heavy heart that I have to inform you the Kickstarter project for Pantheon Rise of the Fallen was not a success. Now, I thought about how I would approach this video very carefully, and I thought about it for a while. And I wanted it to be about mostly how we can go forward, but I know it's going to end up turning into a rant, so I'm just going to warn everybody right now that I am not happy with the community on the Kickstarter at all. I am very irate with many individuals on that Kickstarter page in the comments section. But before I get into that, I just want to say that the game is probably still going to go forward. It's not the end of the world. I've heard people say that Brad is interested in securing funding in one way or another, either through maybe some private investor, maybe going through Kickstarter again once knowledge of the game circulates a little bit better, or maybe even on the official websites. But the thing about doing something like this, guys, that everybody has to realize is it's very hard to get the game out there to people, and they rely on us. They really do. And I'm seeing a lot of people that are pointing fingers at Brad and Visionary Realms in general, saying you guys didn't do enough. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. And that's just bullshit, man. I mean, the game has been up for like what? I think it was 40 days they had to fund the game, and there's 52 updates. Brad was doing AMAs on Reddit. He was doing Q&As on YouTube and posting them here. I mean, he did an interview with Boogie2988. He did several interviews. I mean, the guy's got to have a life. He can't just live for the project 24/7. He has to sleep. He has to eat. I mean, come on. It's not like they didn't give it their best shot. I don't see that they didn't. And there's a lot of people that seem to think that they just dropped the ball and they didn't care and they weren't serious enough. That's bullshit. And do you know what that is? Do you know what we call that where I come from? We call that the blame game. We've got grown-ass people in the comment section pointing fingers. No, it's his fault. No, it's his fault. It's your fault. They're playing the blame game. And I can't put any blame on the creators of this project, on Visionary Realms or Brad. I can't say shit about that because from what I've seen, they've done their best. And really, it's like trying to get credit for your project is kind of like trying to get credit in the real world when you're first starting to try to get established. Nobody wants to give you credit for anything because you don't have credit, but you have to establish credit. So it's just kind of like, what do? You got to get your name out there, and you got to start somewhere, right? So this is how they started. They started with a Kickstarter, and it didn't go as everybody had planned it would go. Well, pointing your fingers and saying, oh, they didn't do good enough, and they didn't do this, that's ridiculous. And, I hate to go against what I said. Pointing fingers isn't a good thing. But I want to turn the finger around on the people that are pointing their fingers at Brad and Visionary Realms. And I want to turn it around and point it back at them. Because I point the finger at them. If you look at the comments section, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't stress that enough, how much it made me sick. And I actually ended up getting caught up in it myself a little bit when somebody said that SOE is like a cancer on video games and they destroy MMOs. And I argued, and I said, actually, Vanguard wouldn't have been made if it wasn't for SOE. They were arguing something like Vanguard. They destroyed Vanguard and they brought it down. Now I'm playing Vanguard now and I'm pretty new to it. I love it. But without SOE, and this is coming from Brad McQuaid himself, the game would have never even been made because Microsoft pulled the funding and SOE stepped in and they picked up the slack and they were only able to offer 6 months. The game needed a year, but without them it wouldn't ever came out. And I ended up arguing a little bit and I had to go, whoa, I had to take a step back and realize, dude, I just got pulled in into the fucking troll machine. And I took a step back and I was like, I'm not doing this. And I went back and forth with this girl and this guy. There were two of them throwing stones at me because I was saying nice things about Sony. God forbid. I had to step back and pull out of there because I just became part of the problem. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem on there. And there's a lot of people who are talking about, well, constructive criticism rather is a good thing. And no, it's really not on a Kickstarter. Normally, yes, constructive criticism is great when a game is going through alpha or beta and you're giving feedback and you're helping to shape it. But when we're looking to get people into a project and put their money down to pledge on faith and on what they can see, what is tangible there for them to see, screenshots, concept art, and there's people that are complaining about that, that's not good. Because if I came into the project and I hadn't funded it, I always read the comment section first of all. What in this particular project, I was behind it anyway. As soon as I heard Brad McQuaid was heading it up, I was on it. But let's just say I was just a random person and I came into this Kickstarter and I said, well, let me read the comment section. And I saw people second guessing the development team, and they were offering constructive criticisms. I don't know if I'd pledge. Would you pledge? Would you put your money down? I don't think you would. So yeah, there's a time and a place, ladies and gentlemen, for constructive criticism. And it was not that Kickstarter. It was not at that point in time. Now, when I did H-Hour, when I backed H-Hour, there was nobody that I remember in the Kickstarter page saying, well, I don't like this, and I don't know about that. Because it was a Kickstarter. We were taking things on faith. We were being sold an idea. You don't criticize the idea, okay? You just don't do it. You wait until you get into the official forums on the website, and then you criticize. Then you make constructive criticisms. So that, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, is a bullshit excuse. You don't do it. You just don't. It's an excuse to troll and say, oh, I don't like this and I don't like that. And let's define what a troll is, okay? If you're on there and you're arguing, you're a troll. Why are you a troll? You might say, well, no, I'm not. I'm just arguing with this person I don't agree with. That doesn't make me a troll. You're trolling the project, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry, but I'm pissed off. You're trolling the project. That's what you're doing. You might not be thinking about it. You might not really realize that's what you're doing, but you are. You're hurting the project if you're not helping it and if you're arguing with someone. And that's why when I got pulled into an argument, I took a step back and I stopped. And somebody tried to pull me into an argument again when I just posted about what was going on. And everybody relaxed. And I told them constructive criticism is a bad thing. I'm talking about that in my video right now. And somebody started arguing with me. Oh, well, what would you have them do? Come into a project that they're not going to like, or something to that effect. And I just, I said, listen, I'm not going to argue with you guys. Hopefully I'll see some of the more level-headed individuals in the official page, on the official Pantheon Rise of the Fallen website, but I can't do this. I can't be a part of this anymore. And I walked away. It's hard enough to get your game out there and to get people to talk about it and to get invested in it without having your community poison everything. And that's really what happened in the comments section. Now, people might be like, you're overreacting. Absolutely not. I'm not overreacting. Go read it. Go read what these assholes have been saying for weeks, because it goes back quite a while. And a lot of the shit that they said, they even got into Brad's personal life. And I've seen this several times, and I'm not going to mention what they said because I think it's fucking despicable that somebody would go and digging through someone's life like that when it's none of their goddamn business in the first place, but that went on a lot. I remember seeing it, and I've seen it on my channel, and I've deleted it, and I've blocked people for doing it. So if you do that on my channel, I'm letting you know right now, you're going to get blocked. Don't do it. Because it's wrong. People, they love to point fingers at other people and talk about their problems when they feeling shitty about themselves. You need to take a look at yourself, man. What are you doing with yourself? Worry about you. This man's trying to bring us a game, and there's people going into his past and looking at things that he's done. That's ridiculous, and it's despicable, and it makes me sick. Now, I realize I'm laying it on thick right now, and people are probably going, God damn, dude, relax. But I'm upset. I'm upset about this, man. I'm upset because I wanted this to succeed. And not only that, but really, I think what really pisses me off is the blame game bullshit that people are playing right now, when they need to be looking at themselves. But trust me, I thought long and hard about this. Do I want to make this video? Does it help the project at all? I don't really think it does. But you know what? Damn it, I had to get it off my chest because it was just ridiculous. And, like I said, this isn't something that's going to help Pantheon to grow. I've done plenty of videos for that. This is basically just me pissed off at the community and what they've done to this project and the bullshit they've done. It's just ridiculous. And like I said, even if they didn't tear everything down, even if it wasn't their fault, which it very well may not have been, they're old enough to know better not to be that way. I expect more from them. I expect more from EverQuest players, Vanguard players, and people from that age group. I really do. So, now that that's out there, I just want to take time to say thank you to Brad and thank you to Visionary Realms for coming up with this project. Because, damn it, I need this. I need this in my life. I know that might sound pathetic to some people. Oh, you need a video game in your life. You're a loser. Whatever, dude. I need an old school MMORPG because there's nothing out there. And if you've seen my previous video, I just put it up today about World of Warcraft and the way that these MMOs are going, it makes me sick. I need this. I really do. And I'm very upset that this didn't go through, and I'm very upset with the way that the community is acting. But yes, I want to say thank you for coming up with this project and trying to do something, and I wish you all the luck in the future. And you know, I'm sorry I went off on a tangent there, but I couldn't help it. I had to get that out there, man. And you know, there's probably some wise guys sitting there going, "Oh, you're kissing their ass." You know what? Fine, that I'm kissing their ass. They deserve it because they haven't gotten any of that. Nobody's given them any praise hardly at all in the comment section. And that's gotta suck to read that. You know, sometimes I read trolls in my comment section, your videos suck, or your voice is annoying, or this or that, and they nitpick at what I do. And you know, my response to that is the same response I have to Pantheon. You try it. You try to make an MMORPG. You try to make a video. Give it a shot, tough guy. If you think you can do it better than them, you give it a shot. Anyway, Godspeed to this project. Godspeed to Brad McQuaid and Visionary Realms. I hope I see you guys on the official forums. I'm talking to my subscribers right now, and anybody who watches this, Brad, everybody, I hope I see you guys over there. I wish you all the luck in the world. I thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.
Rabble, 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 rabble.
Yes, but standing out here yelling rabble, rabble, rabble isn't going to help anything.
But we don't know what else to do, Mayor. Rabble, 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 rabble.
People, what do you think we need to do?
Rabble, 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 rabble.